Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our latest installment with Wheels and Maz. That's what we're going to call ourselves for now. But we have Jonathan Brawn back with us today. We're really excited to have you here again, Jonathan.
Thank you.
And realistically, this conversation that we started, I think it's grown organically and it just kind of keeps going. The topic is still direct view LED, still one we're excited about. And I know that Liz had another question for you, kind of highlighting where we feel this is going.
Thanks, Maz. So, Jonathan, let's talk a little bit about how we can help our integrators walk through the door for direct view LED, right? It's been intimidating in the past, and some of our partners might not necessarily know the ins and outs. And when they get an opportunity, kind of shy away from it because it has been a little bit more intimidating with the custom spec and designs. And I think now we're at a place where we're making it a little bit easy to enter into this market. Can you talk a little bit about how we're bridging that gap?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. And Dan asked for hot takes earlier, so this is going to be one. So buckle up, kids.
All
No,
right.
this is, I think, really, really important. You're highlighting something that it's a shift in the thinking that the reseller community needs to have. There's a whole change
Yeah.
in how we need to approach our customers, and we need to be much more open about technologies and getting beyond, oh, well, this is my preference in brand or this is my preference in technology just because this is what we've always done. I'm guilty of that too. And you're right. So we mentioned like Samsung's IAB earlier, and it's a great indicator of a lot of the things to come when you see a very large corporation like a Samsung start to put together this type of all-in-one or wall-in-one solution. Is I'm going to keep going. I'm going to make that stick one way or another.
You are.
But it's that simplicity of I want something that's like a flat panel.
Yeah.
Well, now we've got something that it just has a couple of specs you have to pay attention to: resolution and size. Do I want a 110 that's basically, they're calling it 2K, but it's 1080p? Do I want a 146 that might be full HD or that might be 4K? And it's very simple. You don't have to worry about pixel pitch versus size and then how to figure out all the mounting. So it's something that's really easy to pick up and run with. It's easy to order, it's easy to transact, and it's also easy to sell. One of the challenges that you can run into at direct view LED is there are a lot of non-traditional vendors in the space that a lot of our end user customers don't recognize. But a brand like a Samsung, they immediately will, because a lot of times, like myself, they own some of the products. And so that's an immediate brand recognition, which helps our integrator partners with moving that conversation forward. It's something you can feel much more confident about. And it also has broader appeal because there's kind of two main schools of thought with direct view LED. There's the custom products we started off talking about, that the all-in-one solutions are kind of shifting us away from in certain categories. And then we've got those all-in-ones. And the all-in-ones are where they really fit best into your conference rooms, your training facilities, your lobby displays, where it's not necessarily about visual impact, it's about communication, but I want the best image possible. And I
Yeah.
want it as easily as possible. And I don't want to have any kind of compromise. I don't want to have bezels. I don't want to have a washed out image because that's what we did because we threw a projector on the ceiling and we didn't spec it right. So it gives us a little bit better conversation. And then when you want to get into the custom stuff for like the digital signage or the really big impact giant lobby displays or entertainment venues or casinos or things like that, that's where the modular product still works. But at that point, that changes the conversation. And that's a more complex design process anyway. And so that should be something that I think using the direct view LED all-in-ones as kind of training wheels to get us comfortable with the technology, the terminology, installing them. Oh, I'm really not going to completely drop and smash a, couple $100,000 product. I've seen some really embarrassing accidents with LCD video walls over the years. Thank goodness our direct view LEDs are getting a little more durable than that, as long as you're not complete idiots when handling them. Yes, I said that accurately. Hot take, remember?
Yeah.
You can really get that. Again, I just want people to feel more confident, and that gives us a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of you. To everybody out there listening, you've got great opportunities with these all-in-ones. Go talk to your customers that have installed traditional video walls with LCD. They got a 2x2, a 55-inch that's starting to get a little long in the tooth. Image isn't as bright anymore. The LEDs have been up there for a couple of years. Go talk to them about a 110 all-in-one solution. It's a natural fit. And one of our best prospects is an existing customer, and you've got a new story to tell them, at least if you've been listening to our series thus far. Appreciate you tuning back in if you have, but I wouldn't want to keep listening to me talk about this, but fair enough. It really is a lot of good communication. And if you don't feel as comfortable as you should, well, that's where you have an opportunity to partner with people who can help you with that, like our friends at Exertis Almo. There, I said it, so you two didn't have to.
That, yes, exactly.
I think the allure of a product like this, especially for us who are going to be that resource for you in some of these custom builds and kind of working through bills of material, is start here. Start looking at this product and let the need kind of really dictate if it needs to go in a different direction, because we've seen it go both ways. And let's present, at least initially, a more simplified and easy offering that's not going to make any compromises in terms of the quality of the image that you're going to get and the impact that it's going to have.
Exactly. And you want to go from there, sky's the limit. You need to go to a curved wall or a bigger wall or an invert or an incline, or you want to make a floor out of stuff. Sky's the limit. Whatever you can dream up, more or less you can build, indoors, outdoors, whatever. It's completely doable, but get it into a bite-sized chunk that is going to be a lot easier to talk about, a lot easier to learn, and a lot easier to approach. Because just like the way we have to design our systems for our end users, if it's intimidating to work with, you're not going to use it. And if it's intimidating for us to try and present it, you're not going to want to sell it. And
Absolutely.
This solves a lot of those problems. It's like in the good old days of dedicated video conferencing solutions, pre-Zoom and pre-Teams. You'd see somebody sitting in a nice $1 million conference room with a super expensive video codec, like a Polycom or a Tandberg or any of that. And they've got a laptop out on the table using Skype. And you go, what the heck?
Yeah.
And it's, well, because the system was too scary to use. Well, we got to kind of think that way. My favorite book, shameless plug, a guy by the name of Steve Krug. I don't get a commission for this. It's a book on website design called Don't Make Me Think. It is one of the best design philosophies, I think, for any AV integrator. Approach it from your end user standpoint. Don't make them think. Absolutely. That's the way I want to consume technology. That's the way they want to consume technology. That's how we need to approach it. And that's what this starts to push us into, is we don't have to think about this type of product that much.
You hit the nail on the head there, Jonathan, and this is exciting stuff. So we appreciate your time again. I know
My
that
pleasure.
we're going to have continued conversations. The DV LED has really ate up a lot of our mind share lately, I think, and that's because we are excited about it and to see how it's going to grow. So thank you again for your time. Thank you to Wheelz as always.
Thank you.
And we hope to welcome everybody back soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.